In 1976, Southeast Asia was in geopolitical turmoil as communist forces took control across the region. A year earlier, Thailand's neighbor Laos had fallen to communist troops who ousted the monarchy, while North Vietnam won the Vietnam War over South Vietnam. In neighboring Cambodia, a genocide was taking place under the ruthless Khmer Rouge regime. Thailand was struggling with a communist insurgency of its own, along with political instability and economic problems. Prompted by the October 14th uprising's success in bringing down a dictatorship, many Thais took the streets to demand a more just society. The protests were given a boost when a word spread that two widely vilified leaders exiled after the uprising were heading back to Thailand. In mid-August of 1976, Field Marshal Praphat Darusathian reportedly had returned. 3 days later, around 10,000 protesters marched from Sanam Luang to Thammasat University and camped there overnight. More students joined the protest, prompting Praphat to leave Thailand again. The Thai government led by Seni Pramod at first declined Thanom's plea to be allowed to return to help take care of his father. But 2 weeks later, Thanom landed back in Thailand. He quickly headed to a temple in Bangkok and ordained as a monk before visiting his sick father. The following month, a heated parliamentary debate failed to agree on what to do with Thanom, prompted Seni to resign. However, Seni was reinstated as prime minister 2 days later by royal command. On September 24th, 2 bodies of Vichai and Chumphon were found hanged at the Red Gate in Nakhon Pathom province. Police tried to blame the murders on a personal conflict, but student leaders uncovered photographic evidence of the crime's political nature. Student leaders then issued 2 demands for Thanom to be exiled and for the murderers of Vichai and Chumphon to be brought to justice. By the end of that September, more than 20,000 students gathered at Sanam Luang near Thammasat University. Other protests sprang up in the provinces. Many of the protesters were attacked by right-wing thugs describing themselves as patriots. On October 4th, Seni revealed that a group of policemen were behind the killings of Vichai and Chumphon. On October 5th, the Bangkok Post published a report and photo of a student play about the hanging of Vichai and Chumphon, but the right-leaning newspaper published the same photo, claiming one of the students shown hanging bore a resemblance to the Crown Prince, headlined, "Stomping on the Hearts of Thais Across the Country." The play's performers came forward to clear up the confusion, but by then several right-wing radio stations had started calling the protesting students insurgents. Tensions finally boiled over on the morning of October 6th, when security forces surrounded Thammasat University and opened fire on protesting students. Ultra-right-wing militias joined the attack and stormed the gates of the university. Students were beaten and killed on the spot, or dragged out and lynched on neighboring Sanam Luang. The official death toll was 45, including 5 state officials, with 145 injured, though unofficial accounts say upward of 100 were killed. Some corpses were hanged and beaten in front of angry crowds. One image taken by AP photographer Neil Ulvik encapsulates the senseless brutality and madness of that morning. A mutilated corpse dangles from a tree in Sanam Luang as a man gleefully smashes the lifeless body with a folding chair. In a chilling detail, the photograph also shows a boy standing and laughing among the onlookers. Ulvik's photos of the incident earned him a Pulitzer Prize. No one has been punished for the bloody massacre or for the hanging of the 2 men on September 24, 1976.